Yeah, people, what's happening? Nice one for coming back to the Fuse UK. It's much appreciated as always. Tonight's guest we've got on the show, making his BKFC debut on the 1st of July. He's had one fight for BKB, and he's also a 4-0 professional boxer. Luke Kelly, here he is. What's happening, brother?
Hello. Yeah, good mate. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Thanks for having
You
me
too,
on.
mate. How you doing, pal?
Yeah, good mate. Yeah, just flat out training. You know how it is. You know what I mean? Trying to get any time I can to chill out in between.
Yeah, good man.
Flat out, flat out, flat
Well,
out.
of course, we could, if it's all right with you, to start by talking about where it all began for you. When did you start, like, in the combat sports fighting?
It started for me as an amateur at about 14 years old down at Unslip Boys Club. Because I was a footballer at first, but
Right.
I was getting bullied at school, and I was a little bit of an anxious kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my stepdad says, right, I ran home crying from getting beat up by a bully from bus
Yeah.
stop, and my stepdad said to me, right, I'm taking you boxing at Boys Club. And then from that day, for me, it was just, I just fell in love with it. I was still very scared. You know what I mean? I was still very scared. It took me a while to really build up some confidence in boxing. But 14 is where it all started for me as an amateur.
Yeah, so did you have many amateur fights?
I think I had 23 amateur fights, but I were a little bit on and off. You know what I mean?
Right.
I were a little bit on and off as an amateur because I were a little bit unstable as a kid. You know what I mean? Yeah. I were a little bit unstable whereas if I'd have been, just a little bit stable in boxing, I think I'd have done well in boxing personally. You know what I mean? I don't think I then would have turned to bare knuckle. You know what I mean? But yeah.
So when did you decide to turn pro? How old were you when you turned pro?
I turned pro, I think, at 20-year-old, but I wasn't planning on boxing at first. I'd stopped boxing at like maybe about 19. I had an amateur fight, and I had my last amateur fight, and I lost against somebody I shouldn't have done, and I just took it the wrong way. You know what I mean? And I sort of fell out of it a little bit. I thought, I don't know what it was. It really hurt me. You know what I mean? And I left it for a little bit. And then I started going down to a gym down in Rothwell at McMarsden's. It was a professional boxing coach.
Yeah,
and I was just lifting weights at the time. I was big. I was about 13 stone or something like that. I thought I was a bodybuilder. I love lifting weights. You know what I mean? I just fallen in love with that. And then I was down there. He knew me. You know what I mean? Because as an amateur, I used to go in there and train. I was trained hard, and he see me in there big one day, and he was just like, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? What are you gonna do? You're like 19, 20 or something. You got good, you got some skills and that, and you just got to end up massive. You know what I mean? I think I was about 13 and a half stone. I was pretty big. You know what I mean? I'd fallen in love with lifting weights, and then I was just like, one day, I was just like, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? I sort of thought, can we swear on this podcast?
Yeah, you can say
one day I just thought, fuck it, you know what I mean? I thought, fuck it. And then I thought I was going to go in and get pads every day, and all they did for 3 weeks then was just send me running to see if I wanted to stick to it. And because I was big, I was absolutely fucked. You know what I mean? But yeah, it really helped me, did Mick? You know what I mean? It really helped me, did Mick? And then obviously I had 4 pro fights. I only stopped my last opponent because I was still trying to gain experience through boxing. You know what I mean? I'd not really had loads of amateur experience, only having like 23 fights, 22 fights, sort of half and half record.
Yeah.
But yeah, I only stopped my last opponent, but I was unbeaten as a pro, like 4-0 as a pro. You know, I didn't fight the best opposition. I can't say I did. You know what I mean? I won. But my last fight, I think, it really well. But I ended up getting in trouble for a fight in a nightclub, and Yeah, I ended up getting in trouble. I got started on in a nightclub and ended up breaking somebody's jaw. And my last pro fight that I'd had scheduled in were going to be like 3 days before I went on trial for GBH. So I thought, what am I going to do? Go there trying to argue my case with GBH with marks all on my face from 3 days after a boxing match. So I had to pack it in. And then it was COVID. You know what I mean? So it was just like I had, and then it was just trying to play catch up, you know, after COVID. And then one of my mates said to me, you'd be good at that bare knuckle, you. And I had a little look at it. I had a look at some opposition, and I just thought, yeah, that's me. That, you know what I mean? I just thought that is me. That is me. And with the level of what they were, just, you know, there were a lot. No disrespect to anybody, but where I started out, I think a lot of people were doing it because, you know, I think boxing were harder at first. Apart from the superficial cuts, you know what I mean? I thought boxing were harder, so I think that's why a lot of people got into it. And I knew if you went in with a little bit of art and some good boxing skills, it was yours for taking. And so that's why I just thought I'm going for this straight away.
So how did you find your debut in BKB? Did you find it like totally different to boxing? Did you change your preparation?
It just felt natural to me. All I did was train like a professional boxer. You know what I mean? That is all I did. For me, it was just taking the gloves off. It just felt that's all it was. I didn't try to change it.
Yeah, because you didn't seem phased. You didn't seem phased much. You were willing to stand there and bang with a lad.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted it a little bit. I wanted a little bit more of but I definitely come to knock him out. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm going to bring every time. That is what I'm going to bring every time. Obviously, I want to showcase some boxing skills, but I'm coming to knock my opponent out and show some skills at the same time. And I just thought it just makes it that much more exciting. You know what I mean? If you really can punch and you have got some skills, you take them gloves off. And you should just be more of a dangerous man, you know what I mean? If you're not afraid to have a go, you know what I mean? That should be how it is.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is why I'm not surprised that a lot of boxers haven't come over, you know what I mean? Although you can hold and hit in the BKFC, I'm surprised a lot of other boxers haven't come over. You can see Austin Trout's come over now.
That's what I mean.
You can see how comfortable he is.
Sanchez, we fought Sanchez as well, who's MMA, good at grappling and all that, and he done well, didn't he? Kept his distance and used boxing.
Yeah. I haven't watched too much though, to be honest. So I don't know the amount of, I don't know everybody in my weight class. I don't, you know what I mean? I haven't done too much on it, but I just know that I'm confident in my skills, and from what I've seen from some of the top names, I think that I can really do something. I just need to get a good run, and I think if I'd have had my debut on the BKFC platform, I don't think I'd obviously be in this position. I don't think I'd have been working for last year. You know what I mean? I think I could have really done something. So now's my time to change all that. You know what I mean? To change all that, because I've been waiting for this for ages. You know.
Yeah, definitely. What weight are you going to be fighting at?
I'm doing 75 for this, but I will be lighter than that. But it were a bit shorter notice than I would have liked. That's not to say I won't be prepared or like I'm struggling to make way, but it's just like there's no stress. I'm trying to kill myself to make weight. If I can't come in with a couple of kilograms and beat this guy who I'm fighting, then I shouldn't be in there.
Yeah, definitely. Do you know much about Paul Cook, who you're going to be fighting?
I don't know too much about him. I haven't watched too much. I know his game is his ground game. You know what I mean? I've watched a few of his fights.
Yeah.
I know he fought at a decent level in MMA, so he'll be good at cutting weight. You know what I mean? Because they're good at, they know what they're doing, don't they, with cutting weight and with day before weigh-ins and that. And it's probably going to be pretty strong. He's going to be tough. But I don't think, no disrespect, I don't think he's going to have a lot to offer for me with hands. If it comes to hands and we're going to exchange, if he doesn't knock me out, he's getting beat. You know what I mean? He's getting beat, I think, comfortably. I think I should put on a good display, real good display.
Yeah, good, mate. And have you ever been to a BKFC event live?
I've never been to a BKFC event live, no.
Oh, mate, you'll love the production and
I
that.
wouldn't have minded to go to Leeds one, but yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. It's just that you can see that they're doing it right. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
just everything about it. It's so professional, you know. Whereas I'm not going to talk about any other organisations because be careful what you say. But just the way BKFC, I've seen it run, it just looks mint. It just brings that level of quality to a sport in which people might look at it a bit like, you know what I mean? There's always them people, you know what I mean? So it just that's why I thought I am not missing this opportunity to fight for this company, and they've treated me well. How they've been speaking to me so far, and just, you know what I mean, all props to them. They're just good. So Andy Bakewell, cheers, mate.
Big up. What is your plans now? To just stick at the bare knuckle now, plan a future, and you way up the rankings in the BK.
That's it.
Names.
That is it, mate. That is it. So now, obviously, want to come in and knock out Paul Cook. I should, if I don't knock him out in 5 rounds, I can't punch like I believe I can.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, man. In that 10 minutes, I should be able to land a good enough punch to knock that guy out. And that's not all I'm relying on. But if I can't, I'm not as good as what I think I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I know what you mean, mate. But obviously, the Newcastle, many people up to Newcastle, many people travelling, coming to see you.
It were a bit short on notice for tickets than I'd have liked. You know what I mean? But yeah, there'll be a good few coming down to support me. It's easier than where it was last time, anyway. Put it that way. That was a bit of a trek for people coming down London.
The venue's mint as well, where it is, because it's like a dome. Like the crowd just echoes. It's like a football match. You know what I mean? The crowd mint.
That's it. Like I've been, just running with headphones and just picturing walking out, and I'm just like, God. Sometimes you just need to take a minute to calm down. I'm not excited. It's like Christmas. You know what I mean? I just all I'm picturing is when I've got my music on running is just, just looking out to that crowd and everybody just being buzzing and just celebrating after just, like last time, just chucking my gum shield out and, letting out that roar of emotion, which is what I'm going to bring every time as well. You know what I mean? I'm going to bring just that proper fight. You know what I mean? Somebody getting stuck straight, and you can see that they want to be there and they want to get stuck in. You know what I mean? They want to have a go. I don't just want to box. I want to have a go as well.
Yeah, Deb, would you ever say this is the most hungriest you've been in the bare knuckle?
I think it's where I'm at now in life, to be honest, mate, because I've got a little boy on the way, so I want to lead by example. You know what I mean?
Congratulations, mate!
Thank you. So I want to prove to him, you know what I mean, who his dad is, and I just want to be I want to lead by example.
Yeah,
I want to lead by example, and for him to be proud of me, and just be like, look at his dad like he's Superman, Yeah. And that's the biggest motivation for me, and to not be working, you can't be doing this and doing a full-time job, It's hard work, it's stressful, that. So props to anybody that's out there that's trying to do a full-time job and make it as a fighter, because it is hard work. You know what I mean? When you haven't got help from sponsors and this and other and everything else. That's why I'm so hungry. You know what I mean? That's why I'm so hungry, because, you can change a lot in this one night on this platform, what I've got. And that's why I'm just so hungry. I'm so excited. Sometimes I need to calm myself down a little bit, I don't want to be too emotional coming in, because I want it. You can almost want it too much, can't you?
Yeah, I get you, mate. Is there anyone you look up to in the BKFC, or anyone you like who you see?
Do you know what I like? I like how that Danny Christie is as a man. Because I just like how he handles himself and that. I've not watched much of him before, you know, with that decorating and all that stuff. I don't really watch stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you know, I always come from that to coming into, you know, to headlining that show with a good finish and yeah, and how he handles himself, how he talks and that. I just a big respect to him. I like him, mate. You know what I mean? I like him. I think that Lewis, is it him who fought Gage in UFC, who's world champion?
Louis Palomino.
Yeah, I think he's good as far as being an athlete and that he's got his stuff together. He looks well. Him who fought Scott. I look bad not naming out names, but I'm just trying to concentrate on me. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to look too much into these guys. I'm just trying to bring my best self.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the kid who fought Scott, who's fighting that Palomino now. I think he's quite good. The Welsh kid, but I think Palomino's better. I think he's more complete. I think that's no disrespect to the other guy. I think he's good, but I still think that'd be a good fight for me in future.
Yeah. What James?
What's his name again?
James.
That's no disrespect saying it like that. I don't mean it like that. I'm just forgetful. What's his name again? James Lilly. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, he's good. I like him. I think he's good. That'd be a good fight for me in future. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, mate. And is there anything else you want to share with us, mate, before we wrap it up tonight? Any sponsors, big ups, anything like that?
To be honest, I've got no sponsors, so people where you at, you know what I mean? Get behind your boy and give me some dough.
That's it, people.
Help, you know what I mean? I need some support. But that's it. After this, you know, I should hopefully change my life. You know what I mean? That's if I make a big enough statement on a good enough platform, I should be able to. I'm 26 as well. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm 26. I've got potential, so I'm just looking forward to getting out there, making a name for myself properly on a decent platform. And that's all really I've got to say, to be honest.
Sweet,
and
bro.
Thanks to you know, somebody who has supported me and helped me is my mates over at Fully Game Podcast, Josh Maskell. You know what I mean? He was one that helped me a lot from the start.
Big up the Fully Game Podcast, lads. Good lads.
Yeah, big up the Fully Game Podcast, lads. They're both my mates and they do what they can to help me. And yeah, definitely. Josh Maskell, thank you, mate. Apart from that, there's not really much else.
Sweet. For anybody who's watching now, I'm going to put Luke Kelly's social medias in the description. If you want to follow him on his journey, support him, maybe shot a sponsor at him or something, just drop him a message and click on his social media in the description.
I appreciate you having me on as well, mate. I appreciate you taking time.
Oh, no.
Anybody who does back me, you know what I mean? Thank you. You know what I mean? I do mean that. Thank you to anybody who genuinely supports me. Thank you. You know what I mean? And if you bought tickets to come and watch me fight, thank you again. You know, I just appreciate the support, and anybody who's been there from the start who knows me. You know what I mean? I won't let you down.
Sweet, bro. We'll stay in touch now, mate. Now we're in contact, do some more work together and that, and we'll be seeing each other on the 1st of July anyway, even the day before the wins.
Yeah, I look forward to it, mate. I look forward to it.
Sweet, mate. Nice one for coming on, bro, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, pal.
Thank you very much, mate.
See you in a bit, bro.